Kwazulu Natal Premier Sihle Zikalala and the Provincial Health Department will update the nation today on the lockdown level 4 regulations in that province. Zikalala expected to outline the infection trends in the province, vaccinations and the general state of readiness to deal with the third wave. Let's get an update now from our reporter Karinda Jagmohan. Karinda, very good morning to you. So the nation may have been expecting Sihle Zikalala to address on perhaps the political matters that could engulf his province, with the former president Jacob Zuma set to hand himself over within the next 5 days to either a police station in Nkandla or at least here in Gauteng, but he's going to be briefing on a completely different matter.
Yes, good morning to you. Well, the topic for the briefing we're going to be seeing happening at around 12:30, we understand, is about the COVID-19 statistics in Kwazulu Natal. As it stands, we have 12,343 active cases. The number is climbing as we see the spread of the Delta variant across the country. And more so as well, we expect the Premier and the Health MEC, who will be joining him, along with the MEC for Community Safety and Transport, MEC Peggy Nkonyeni, to speak about the enforcement of adjusted level 4 lockdown regulations in the province, especially as we see schools are closing, and then a warning, of course, to community members, families, to ensure that they abide by level 4 lockdown regulations, despite it being the so-called school holiday. As it seems, it's really not, as we try and prevent the spread of the Delta variant. But yes, political matters, including the imminent arrest or handing over of former President Jacob Zuma, should be a matter on the cards, because as we are seeing, a number of people are expected to flock to Nkandla, where we do understand the president is at the moment. He's expected to hand himself, like you said, to a police station then in Nkandla or to a police station in Gauteng. But we see even his son, Edward Zuma, calling upon supporters of the former president to converge in Nkandla to possibly act as some sort of protection for the former president. But this, of course, as we see so many active cases across the country, we will be asking the Premier, if it's something he doesn't touch on already, about enforcement measures that could be put in place there, whether perhaps any further security personnel, members of police, will be called in to ensure just the safety of crowds in that area. We are seeing most of transmissions actually occur in the city areas and the busy city hubs, such as Msunduzi or Pietermaritzburg and eThekwini or Durban. But of course, having crowds gather in any situation is going to further exacerbate the COVID-19 situation, the COVID-19 pandemic, because what we are seeing that the Delta variant is much more transmissible than the previous Beta variant. And in fact, I must point out that although we do not know at this point officially from our health department when the first signs or when the Delta variant began spreading in South Africa, we know that it's a variant that was first found in the country of India. We did see at the beginning of May a cargo vessel dock at the Durban port. I'm sure many of our viewers remember this, whereby one crew member of that cargo vessel had to be taken to hospital, and was then that port authorities found that 14 members of that crew had actually tested positive for COVID-19. That was a Filipino crew vessel heading directly from India to Durban. So of course, when I spoke to people on the ground, they're asking why our ports and our places of international entry have not been closed yet, and it's something they continue asking. So we'll be asking on those 2 points as well, the Premier, about these issues at around 12 to 12:30. We understand that this briefing will be taking place in case.
All right, Karinda Jagmohan, thank you very much, especially for that reminder around that particular vessel. I remember that story very well.